Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natasha. I am Planted in Platinum. You can find me over on TikTok and Instagram for more Planty content. If you have been following me for a while, you'll have known that I have not posted in a very long time. My apologies, but I am back. I don't even know, lots of plants to show you for my top 10. I can never just pick 10. Can't do that because I love all the plants in my collection. So I have quite a few plants to show you here, and I'm also going to insert some of my new Hoyas that I got from my friend, which was so sweet of her. So if you want to see what I got and my top favorite plants of October, grab yourself a coffee or a tea, get cozy, and let's get right into it. Okay, plant number 1, you guys. Look at that. This is my Begonia Chlorosticta, and she is just so beautiful. Like, those leaves are ginormous. Wow. And that red sinus, like, what the heck? I don't know. I'm gonna have to build her a bigger terrarium or chop her or something. This is just insane. I never knew that I could love a plant as much as I love this one. The pattern on the leaves are just so cool. Like, what an eye-catching begonia. Look at that beautiful red sinus. I also have a variegated Raphidophora Hayi that I just threw in there, and it's doing its thing. It's growing. I thought that was super cute and just something fun to add into my little terrarium. I just have her in moss and she's doing great. She has pretty backs of the leaves as well. You can see that pattern. Like, what a unique begonia this is. I just keep this closed and she just loves it. I just keep her in my north-facing window as well. And yeah, I haven't had any issues with her at all. She has just impressed me. She has exceeded my expectations of how beautiful this begonia could be. I've heard this one's quite hard to grow, so that's why I popped it in a terrarium, and I haven't had any issues with it yet. But I'm going to move along. I just wanted to show you this beautiful Begonia Chlorosticta. All right, next up I'm gonna show you 6 new Hoyas that I got from my friend Ciarra. She sent me a package and I was blown away when I opened it. I had no idea what was in it. It included 3 of my wish list plants. So that was a pretty good guess, Ciarra. The first one here, I just have in a little terrarium. Let me see if I can see any roots. Nothing yet, but I'm sure it's started to root. This one is so cool. I've actually don't know if I've even heard of this one before. Oh my goodness, it is rooting. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what it is. This is Hoya Lima Splash, and look how pretty it is. It's so splashy. I love me a splashy Hoya, and look at those silver leaves. Wow, that is just incredible. Like, that is something else. And you can see it is starting to root in there. There's lots of roots at the bottom, so that's exciting. It's just like this dainty leaf little Hoya. It's so small and petite and cute and just throws the prettiest silver leaves. Like, that is insane. I don't know, I think I'm really gonna like this one. I might put it on a circular trellis. Is this one that grows trailing though? I'm not too sure. I haven't looked it up. I'm going to insert a picture of all of the flowers up here for you guys to see of my new Hoyas. But yes, if you grow this on a trellis or trailing, let me know because I want to know what to do with mine. I'm probably just gonna stick it on a trellis, but if it likes to trail better, we can do that too. So number 1 of my 6 new Hoyas is Hoya Lima Silver. I did say splash at first, but it is indeed silver. The tag says so. All right, the next one was one of my wish list plants, and this was bigger, but my friend came to visit me, so I chopped her a piece off because I know she was also really looking for this one. This one is Hoya Silver Dollar. Oh my goodness, I have a Hoya Silver Dollar. You guys, this one sunstress is purple, like the New Guinea Ghost, kind of like a lilac purple. Look at those roots. This one's also a quick rooter. She said hers was rooting too. So yes, I am beyond excited for this. I think I'm gonna pop this into my Hoya tent and see if it's not too strong to sunstress because I know that my lights in there are pretty strong and some Hoyas hate it. So look at the little flecks on her, like the flecks of green. I think that that is so pretty. This is such an underrated Hoya in my opinion. I love silvery Hoyas, and you don't really hear too much hype about this one. I think there was a couple years ago when it first came out and people were just like swarming to get it, but you don't really hear much of it anymore. So this is one that I have always been looking forward to adding into my collection, and I'm so excited that I finally have it. I hope she grows fast too. That'd be really cool. Hoya Silver Dollar, another wish list plant. So she sent me, you guys, she sent me a Hoya Argentea Princess, and it is so extremely beautiful and full of water. This one has a very short stem, but it's starting to root. Look, I'm so excited. Apparently these grow quite tight, like the internodal spacing is quite tight on them. She said that she moved hers back from the light and it started growing a little bit better, but that's why the cut was so short. But that's okay. I just put her in a bed of perlite and I put water all the way to the top pretty much. And I stuck her in my prop box with a light and a heat mat, and she is loving it. She's so pretty. It's got like the minty green, the silver, and that like creamy yellow, and each leaf is so different. That is just wild. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait for this to grow. I can't wait to pot it up. Oh, I have wanted one of these for quite a while now. They're just so expensive, and it's hard to get one that has good variegation, and this one definitely does. And she told me that if the new growth comes in not variegated, just to let it grow, because apparently when you take cuttings of the Argentea Princess, that the first couple leaves sometimes are not variegated, but then it gains its variegation back. So I will do just that. But wow, like that is just something else. I am so excited. This is such an underrated plant. It is so beautiful. It's like something from like fairyland. I don't know. Anyways, I'm stoked for this one. I hope it doesn't give me any trouble. And we shall see how she grows. Hoya Argentea Princess, and yes, I will update you. All right, this is one that I have not heard of, but I think is stunning. Look at that. This is Hoya Vietnam 001. And the leaf is dark with like this constellation of sparkles. Like it reminds me of the sky, and I love the sky. That is just so pretty. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this one. It's also starting to root. Yeah, it's stuck in there. If I do the tug test, it's not coming out. And it's got some roots along the top of the stem, if you can kind of see. Let me see if I can show you better. See? So these Hoyas are rooting, which is really exciting. I'm going to be able to pot them up soon. Yay. But yes, I'm going to insert the picture for you guys here and of the flower, and hopefully we can get her to bloom one day. She is just gorgeous. I love a good dark leafed Hoya. Love it. And the fifth Hoya that she so kindly gifted me is another wish list Hoya. This one is a little bit more accessible, but I just haven't really come across one for a good price, and I've always wanted it because, you know, I like to sun stress my Hoyas, and this one is the perfect candidate. This is Hoya Ganungading. Oh my goodness, I have a Ganungading. I'm so excited. I love the contrast of the dark venation on the dark green leaf. I think that's just so pretty. Now these look good sun-stressed or not. I'll pop a picture of a sun-stressed one in here for you guys to see. Like, look at that. That is just incredible. Oh my goodness. Yes. So my plan is definitely to sun-stress this girl. I see a growth point on the top of the vine there. So she's definitely rooted in there as well. I don't see any roots on the side of the perlite, but I can definitely tell she is rooting because of the tug test and the aerial roots along the stem. So this one I am super excited for, Hoya Ganungading. And the last one that she sent me was one that I have also never heard of, and one that I did not know that I needed. You guys, this is gorgeous. This is Hoya Lai Chow round leaf, and it's got pink variegation. I think that's sunstress actually, pink sunstress. How pretty is that? So the leaves must come out silver with silver specks on them, And then when they sun stress, the silver turns pink. It's hard to show you. Oh, that's better. Look at that. Like, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness. These are just the roundest, juiciest leaves. I think they're so cute. I'll insert a picture of the flower for you here. And oh my goodness, oh, we have roots coming down to the bottom, so I can pot this one up, which is really exciting. Oh my goodness. So this is one that I will also keep you updated on. I want to see if I can maintain that sun stress. I don't know if I'm going to put it in my tent. I think I'll just put it under a barina. I don't know if this one would like that strong light. So if you have this one, let me know what lighting conditions you have it in to keep that beautiful pink sun stress. So that was my number 2 collection. Number 3 is an Anthurium that is so dear to me. This is the Anthurium that I have spent the most on in my collection. I've had this as a top wish list Anthurium for so many years. I was able to purchase a chonk with a growth point on it from my friend, and I almost it. So the stem had stem rot, so I chopped the rot off. There was literally almost nothing left. I thought I was going to lose it, but I just popped it on some perlite in a double cup method and left it for like 6 months. And you guys, I was blown away when I saw the roots on it, and it needs to be repotted again. But tell me what it is, lady. What is it? It's my Anthurium Tazula Ace of Spades dark form. It's so pretty. Yeah, I saw that she had this for sale, so I did a huge plant purge and was able to come up with the funds in the purge to pay with this plant, and I was so excited. Like, that is just gorgeous. And the new leaf hasn't even hardened off yet, but look how pretty it is. Oh my goodness. I have been so excited about this plant. I think I need to give it a repot, and I can see an aerial root right there. So it needs some more space in its pot so that it can root into the substrate. So yes, Anthurium Tazula Ace of Spades dark form. Yes. Number 4 is my Syngonium Chiapense variegated, and she has a water tray which has a little tiny bit of water in it. So this is going to be awkward to show you, but we're doing it. We are doing it. She's got a cute little pink mushroom in her. How cute is that? Pink and white. So I got this from North Shore Tropicals in a live sale, and look at that new leaf. How freaking pretty is that? I love that it's got more balanced variegation. It just off a leaf that had pretty much all white variegation, it just melted. So, and I've had this out in ambient, and the pole and the substrate are starting to mold a little bit. So what I always do to combat that is I start a spray bottle with 50%, 3% hydrogen peroxide and 50% water, so half and half. And I just spray the moss and the top of the substrate, and it kills the mold. You just might have to spray a couple times, like it might reoccur. But it's really hard to have like moss poles out in the open, and I don't have a fan in here because I have a lot of Anthuriums and I don't want to cross-pollinate them. So I just leave this room with no fan, and my plants do fine, but sometimes I get a little bit of mold. But I just wanted to address that because you can probably see it. But this leaf is everything. I was so excited. It took forever to unfurl, and I recently did repot her into tree fern and pon and gave her a pole. And I'm pretty sure I saw a root. Yeah, look at that. Look at that juicy root. So it looks like it's happy and doing good in there, so that makes me extremely happy. But this was also a top wish list plant that I had for a really long time, and I was so excited to finally get one. And that new leaf, I'm so excited that it has good variegation on it. I know that these can tend to revert or go all variegated. So yes, I'm glad that I don't have to fight this one yet anyways. Syngonium Chiapense variegated. Number 5 is my Monstera Peru variegated. She is just doing the most. She is growing in every direction, so it's going to be so hard to show you. She has no water in her reservoir, so that's good. She also just got a repot into tree fern and pon as well, and I do see some roots up there, like right there. They're starting to grow down into the substrate. I really like this substrate. It's amazing. All of my plants love it. So this is the newest leaf, and look at that variegation. Like, that is just incredible. It's going to be so pretty. This is probably the slowest growing plant in my collection, but it's been growing a little bit faster recently. That's the second oldest leaf. Sorry, second newest leaf. And then we have some more going down. I just love that. I think it's so, so pretty. We have some trailing at the shop I work at, and they just look so good. But I have mine on a pole, or not a pole, a bamboo stake. Look at that. How cool is that? So freaking pretty. And I love the texture of the Monstera Peru. Oh, it's so bubbly is what I want to say. It's bubbly. Kind of like the Anthurium luxurians. It's bolate. That's what I was trying to say. It's bolate and bubbly and delicious. And then this one, like, what the heck is that? That is just so cool. It looks like a paintbrush just came and stroked that with the most beautiful bright yellow paint. The contrast of this plant is unreal. And that is the oldest leaf, and she is a cutie too. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, oh, and this one. I didn't show you this one because it's melting. That's a problem with this plant, but I want to start feeding it with, what is it called? Silica, because I know that that helps prevent the browning. So that's why I put her into drainage, because she was in no drainage before, and I don't want to do silica with my no drainage plants because last time I did that, it was bad. But you know what? She hasn't browned anymore, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see how she does without silica before I try it. I think it was just because this was like a chunk of variegation. Like, that's a half moon leaf, and it's all yellow on that side, so that's why it browned. But it's so pretty. I just love her so much. Monstera Peru Variegated. Let's do another Anthurium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 6. I have to count every single time. So this is my Anthurium. Which way is it? Crystallinum crossed with Zara. And look at her. She needs a repot. Look at those roots. Oh my goodness. But she is just incredible. Look at that leaf. Like, what a great mix of both of the parents. And she's got that beautiful red crystallinum outline on her. She's just so pretty. And look at this cute little inflow. It's just so tiny. She just popped that. That's her first one. So I will be collecting the pollen off of her, and she's going to get a repot one of these days before I start pollinating anything onto her, because I want her to have the best chance. She is just such a beautiful cross. The light is blowing her out. She is super dark. I love her. She's so pretty. I just love getting Anthurium seeds and growing them out, because you just never know what they're going to look like. It's like the mystery. I love a good mystery, and I love a good challenge. So yes, but she definitely needs a repot. Look at the stem. She's like crawling out of there. And her leaves aren't getting super, super big. Like, they are pretty big though. But I want to see a ginormous leaf on her. So I think my best bet is to repot her into a bigger pot and let her do her thing. Anthurium crystallinum crossed with Zara. Number 7 is my variegated Raphidophora Tetrasperma. You guys, she is going off, and I'm so stoked. I have had this plant, I think this is my 3rd one. I never had any luck with it. It kept rotting on me, and this one is freaking growing, and it's so pretty. I thought I just snapped this leaf. I almost did. Anyways, yeah, look at the variegation on her. Like, that's just so pretty. It's got like that minty green at the bottom here, and I love that color so much. Look at that. Like, wow, what the heck? Her newest leaf is right here. It looks like it'll have some variegation on it as well. I'm dropping pawn, but let's just go from the bottom and show you her leaves. So she's got that really pretty one. This one's all green, but that's okay. We want green on the plant too. This one is pretty much all green, but it's got some flecks of variegation on it. This one. This one. That, like, that is so pretty. And then the top ones, like there is a lot of green on this plant, but I don't mind that because I don't want it to start browning on me or like going fully variegated on me. It's got a really nice mix of balanced variegation. Like this is the best leaf. I love that leaf so much. I think it's my favorite. So nice. And she's going to need a repot one of these days too. She's got roots all the way to the bottom. I would show you, but I would drop pon everywhere. And yeah, I just have her in pon. I did have a green Raphidophora Tetrasperma as well that I sold a while ago, and I had her in pon and she did fine. She was good. They like a little bit less water, I find, than your typical plant, but once you can get it established in rooting, they just start growing like a weed. I almost cut this one for my plant market, but I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to. I want to let her grow a bit. So we're letting her grow out, and she's so, so pretty. Raphidophora, Tetrasperma, variegated. Okay, I think we're on number 8. We're gonna go with number 8. This is an Alocasia that I have struggled with for so long, and now she's growing for me. So we are proud of her. She is doing amazing. Oh my goodness, what is that? What the heck? Okay, check this out, guys. What is that? I don't think that's a flower. It literally looks like a white leaf. What the heck, hey? This is a TC Alocasia Azlanii from my friend Kate. And it's so pretty. I've always wanted to be able to grow this plant. I love that it has like the white outline around the border of the leaf. I think that is just so cool and so unique. You don't really see that too much in plants. And it just makes the leaf stand out and like literally glow. Like that is so cool. This is gonna be a hard one to show you the pink in because of my lights. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to really see that very well. The backs of the leaves are super purple. They're so pretty. Oh yeah, you can see the pink on this one. Perfect. Yeah, so that's what the Azlanii looks like. It's got that pink venation and like the blushing pink throughout the leaf, which is so cool. And it's just been growing like a weed. I have a little corm right here. See? Just popping out of the top. These TC Alocasias corm a lot, I find, which is cool because I like to make baby plants. I just have her with pon in the bottom for a reservoir and then tree fern and pon in the top. And she has rooted in there incredibly, and I just keep her in my cabinet. She lived in my prop box for probably like almost a year. And she just kept giving me little corms, so I'd make baby plants and sell them off, and I kept the mama, and yeah, now she's finally grown to a size where she didn't really fit in my prop box anymore, and I needed the space in there, so I put her in my cabinet, and she just loves it. She likes being under the light. She likes the humidity. It's lower than it was in my prop box, but she's doing great. This plant's really hard to transition out of different humidity levels. So I was really happy she responded well. That is so cool. Like it almost reminds me of the Cryptosperma johnstonii, almost. So pretty. So, so pretty. Maybe one day I'll find, ooh, look at that. You can really see the pink on that one. Maybe one day I'll get the variegated one. We'll see. I want to make sure that I can grow this one good first before I get the variegated one, because I don't want to waste money on a variegated plant that I can't grow. And this one tends to be more challenging. Oh, I just love her. I love pink plants. I think they're so pretty. I'm a colorful plant girly. Of course, you see lots of green behind me, but I also really like colors. I think colors are just one of the most beautiful gifts that we've been given as humans, and to experience the beauty that is in our world is just so amazing. Like colors are just, they're everything. I don't know if I explained that properly, but we're gonna go with it. So pretty. So I'm gonna go along, but I have her in no drainage. That is the tip to keeping your alocasias happy, friends, no drainage. And usually I just do straight pon, but she was a bit harder, so I did tree fern and pon in the top with pon in the bottom. So that's another trick. If you're struggling with your alocasia, take it out of its substrate, water root it before you switch it to another substrate, because you're gonna lose some old roots. And then when you have some nice, strong, healthy water roots and you've pulled off all of the older roots, then pot it into its new substrate and give it lots of light and humidity. And usually they bounce back real good. Anyways, enough about her. Number 9. is another Anthurium, and this one, oh my god, you guys, I'm so excited about this. This is my Anthurium Moodeanum hybrid crossed with maybe Crystallinum. I got it from my friend Dustin over at Beg's Plants. He wasn't sure what it was pollinated with, but he thinks it was Crystallinum. So all of the previous leaves look like this. They're so pretty. It's like this like nice color of green with minimal venation and the pink or red sinus. And it's just such a pretty plant. But then it decided it wanted to mature. So we have a little baby inflow, which is so stinking cute and pink. Like, what the heck? That is adorable. And then the new leaf. It looks completely different from the other ones, and the sinus fused. So I made a post on Instagram and I asked if anybody else who has this plant has a fused sinus, and no one does. So this is the first fused sinus on this hybrid, and I feel so grateful to have it. Like, what the heck? That is the coolest leaf ever. I am obsessed. I can't wait until it hardens off. I really want to see what it looks like hardened off. It's still pretty floppy, so it might get bigger. I did just give her a repot too. And just recently, she seems to be doing okay. Those are her old roots. I don't see anything rotting off. So when this leaf hardens off, I'm probably going to post it on Instagram. So keep your eyes peeled on my Instagram to see what this looks like if you are curious like myself. One of the coolest hybrids in my house. Number 10 is this Amydrium. Isn't she cool? So I bought her as an Amydrium green variegated, but I kind of think she might be a Zippolanium, or however you say that, because look, that doesn't look like the Amydrium green. I have the Amydrium green. I used to have the Zippolanium, but it went, but my friend has some that I gave her, so I might get a piece off of her again. But this just looks so much more like the Zippolanium than the green, which I'm totally fine with. It's so cool. This is like the perfect Halloween plant. Look at that. It's like claws. It's claws, or like a butterfly. Oh, I love butterflies. It's just so pretty, and that variegation is something else. Like, that coloring is unreal. And that's the lowest leaf. I freaking love Amydriums, and I have this one just on a steak knife, not a steak knife, a plastic butter knife. And Amydriums usually don't grow unless they're on a pole, and it's got a new leaf. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. But they don't usually grow unless they're on a pole. They'll throw runners, and this one seems to be doing fine. So I think I might put a longer pole in here and just attach it and see if it keeps growing. I might move it out of my tent too. We shall see how she does. She's so cool though. I just love it. The leaf shape on this is just so wonky and weird. I just love it. So, so cool. And I have her just in tree fern and pond, no drainage. She has a lot of roots in my tent, and she's just living her best life. Amydrium medium green or Zippolanium variegated. Put your votes in below on what you think it is. I vote Zippolanium. And of course we have to end with a bonus plant. Yeah, that was all of them. Okay, perfect. I had to recount there. So this is a plant that I have been fighting the variegation on for over a year, probably closer to 2 years. And I finally got a variegated plant out of it. How cute. So I was gifted a Monstera Adansonii Aurea from my friend Marcos, and it had variegated leaves, but then it just grew pretty much all green. So I chopped it up, made plants out of those, chopped those plants up because they were all green. I literally did that probably like 4 or 5 times. I had like a farm of reverted Adansonii Aureas, and this is the only one that I was able to get to grow variegated, and I feel so accomplished that I pulled that off. So this better not revert, or I'm gonna have to do some more chopping. But yes, I love this plant. I think it's so pretty. I really like yellow variegation. I wasn't too fond of it at first, but I like the pop of color it gives, like the contrast. Yellow and green just go so good together. And I really like the Adansonii. I think that the holy plants are so stinking cool. Imagine if there was like a variegated Escalato, if there even is, I'm not too sure, but that'd be really cool to have the big, huge leaves with like yellow and white variegation. Oh my goodness, I would die. But this is my last plant. This is Monstera Adansonii Aurea, and she's just in, looks like my chunky aroid mix. Oh dear. We have some rotted roots at the bottom, so I'm gonna have to investigate. Maybe I gave her too much water, but she doesn't look like she's minding much. She looks great. So I'm going to end with this plant, and yeah, it was really nice to show you guys plants that are making me happy this month, because my plants have just put the biggest smile on my face lately, and the people in the plant community as well. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys all so much for your support. I'm very grateful. But I'm gonna I'm gonna send you to my outro now. All right, you guys, that is it for me for today. Thank you so much for stopping by my little Planty channel. That means the world to me that you guys continue to support me even when I don't post regularly. I'm sorry. It felt really good to pick up the camera today again, though, and just film. I love the energy I get from filming videos. It makes me so happy. And if you guys like this video, please consider hitting that like button down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know which plants in your jungle are just putting that smile on your face this month. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That helps my little Planty channel grow so much, and I appreciate all of you for subscribing, for watching, for supporting in any way that you guys can. I do very much appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.